S&P 500. So S&P 500, it's very simple. We're looking at this correction, right? We have a spike, then we're looking for a correction, which comes in 3 waves, and then here we can definitely take off for 3K. All right. So just a reminder, during this whole summer, we were looking for this down move because it's never just a 1 before the upside. It's always a 1, 2, 3. So that's what we got. And now you can be confident that we're going to 3K. There's 2 possibilities though, because you might ask yourself, well, Dragos, is this correction over, right? Is this sideways over? Maybe not, okay? And what I'm saying is that here, because I see some people having targets like 259, 252 and all that stuff. It's possible. But at first we need to come here, break this high, and around this area, you need to watch it. If you get a sell set up, go for stupidly OTM puts, okay? So if you're here, take some really far out the money contracts, because if this is a completed pattern, then there is 86% chance of breaking this low, 260. That's 200 points. All right, 200 points move. You can get some 200 points out contracts for next month for like what, I don't know, 50 cents, and the reward is immense. And if you're wrong, then you lose a little bit. But definitely around here, we're gonna have to watch S&P. But until then, upside for sure. Because here, to confirm the break of the move to 3K, what we need is a correction, right, before the next up move. But if we're here and we see a sharp move and a sideways up, then we take the short, right? But anyway, the move to 285 is very much in the cards. And if we look on the 1 minute, a good way to have a feel for how the stock market is going to keep on going is that, of course, we have the Powell speech, which was very important. But then what happens after the Powell speech? Because you might think, oh, well, this is a pump, and like we've seen, every pumps right now should be shorted. So how do you know if a pump should not be shorted? Because here's the thing. What did we start doing? We started to go higher and higher. So as soon as we get this, you get this. As soon as you break the high, you're not looking for this to come all the way back down anymore. If this breaks the high, then this is setting up a trend, okay? This is setting up a trend to the upside. Now you can say that this is starting to trend to the upside, okay? Because we get this sideways after the Powell speech, which is telling you, hey, this is not a pump and dump. This is actually the start of a big trend. And then all the patterns that you see on the 1 hour, okay, sorry. All the patterns that you see on the 1 hour can be traded to the upside, right? See, downside, we're actually going higher. Sideways, spike, right? All the patterns that you see on the 1 hour are just corrections for upside. So keep on buying. That's why here people were fearful. They were saying, oh, you should exit your calls. I'm like, no, don't exit your calls. Even though Powell spiked up the market 40 points in like what, 10 minutes, doesn't matter. Keep your calls, because we're going higher. Okay. S&P, same thing. There's not much difference. It's just I usually look at ES because we have after hours data, and I use after hours data. But again, same thing, 1, 2, 3. Then we can go down before the upside, or we're totally taking off. We're totally taking off. Okay. SPY, same thing. Dow Jones, very similar. 1, 2, 3, downside. If you want some levels, pull down your fib. And as you can see, the line finishes at the 786. So definitely be looking at this level if you're, if you're looking for a a pattern, but again, it just needs to break this high. It just needs to break this high. Okay? As soon as it breaks this high, be careful. Otherwise, buy. Buy with your eyes closed because we're going higher. All right? It doesn't matter what Trump said. It doesn't matter who anybody said. We're just going higher. The charts are telling you we're going higher. It doesn't matter what Trump says. Okay, NQ. NQ is a bit different though, and this is kind of special because here you can definitely see this as being because here you can definitely see this is coming from a huge spike, right? And then we get a correction, which is a three-wave. 1, 2, 3. This is called a running flat, where you break the high. You break the high of this first leg down. You break the high right here, and you come back down, but you don't break the low, right? So as you probably may have seen me draw patterns in the chat, you always see me do this, right? Where you break this low and you don't break the high, because this is the pattern that repeats the most. Spike 1, 2, 3, break the low, and then go back up. All right. But this is called a regular flat. Now, if you have a spike, you have a down, up, break this high, and then come back down. We don't need to come and retest the low or break the low. We can just end the pattern here, which is called a running flat, which you have it right here, and then you go all the way back up, right? So this is just really quickly patterns for you. But I'm gonna have to do another webinar in December to explain to you like all the intricacies and all that stuff. But you can see them right there, right? This is free money. This is free money. This is when we bought Google, made a shit ton of cash, right? In July, 1, 2, 3, break the low, buy, and then here you have another one, 1, 2, 3, doesn't break the low, buy, breaks the high. As soon as you break the high, the pattern is completed. You can actually reverse. So that's what it did. And then you have another one. And then this short was kind of tough, but Amazon was clear. Amazon was really clear. Anyway, so yeah. Anyway, to go back to the bigger structure, how are we looking at this? So this could be a three-wave right there. 1, 2, 3 for massive upside. This is possible. Okay. Looking at chat, no questions. Okay. And be sure to post questions in Discord because I'm not looking at the YouTube live thing. I don't want to disturb anything. But yeah, this could be a 1, 2, 3 for massive upside. Or this is the correction, which is probably what we're looking at. Sorry. This is a 1, 2, 3 running flat, like I said. Then you get the next spike, but the next spike is actually a very, very, very corrective one. And when we see this, then it gives you a lot more confidence that the thing is going to do this, right? If S&P is showing us downside and then you see NQ, doing this, you short every top, which I was trying to do. I lost some money in the summer, I'll be honest, but trying to short this. But in the end, it paid off because we did hit it once and we hit it big, right, on S&P. Okay, so, but now if we're looking at this, then we're saying that this is some kind of ending pattern to this big, 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 big wave up, all right, to this big wave. And if that's the ending pattern, then this is actually your three wave, okay? This is going to be your three wave. So there's two ways of seeing this. This is going to be a 1, 2, 3, right? Which is called a WXY because you have a pattern inside. Okay, and this level is just some fibs that I was looking at. All right, 618. The 618 fib touching right there perfectly. So here we break the low. So again, this could be this pattern that could complete at the 50% just right there and then tank. This is a possibility, right? Okay, so no questions. And by the way, if you miss it, the recording is going to be live. But yeah, so this is called a WXY because because we have, this is a spike, and then you get a pattern inside of a bigger pattern. All right, so it's like a correction inside of a correction, right? So this is, whoops, too many things. 1, 2, 3, and then dump, which is called a running flat. Okay. But for all the Elliott waivers, this is for you. And by the way, I see some people, man, look at this thing. Look at this thing. I see some people doing this. I see some people doing this. Okay, look at this, guys. I see some people doing this. All right. This is completely wrong. This is completely wrong. This doesn't mean anything. Okay? Doesn't mean anything because you're saying that this is a whole correction of its own, and no, it's not. It's not, because you can't say that this is something. This is never a triangle, okay? Because this is clearly a spike, and then you're creating the correction right there for it to go lower or for it to explode, because it depends on what we're looking at on the bigger time frame, right? Okay, it depends on what we're looking at the bigger time frame. All right, but here's the clue. Here's the clue. Here's the clue. I don't even care what, because now you can say, oh, Dragos, you're looking for upside and downside. Make up your mind. Here, when we reach this level, the market is going to tell us, right? Remember, go back to the video. Either we get a sideways for more upside, or we get a total reversal. For now, I don't know. I'll need more time. VIX. So VIX basically is nice 3-wave right there. It's gonna keep on channeling, so can look for downside. Whoops. So look for downside here. Right, it's gonna keep on chilling, bounce. It's gonna keep on doing these things within this pattern. But yeah, every time that VIX comes to and breaks the low, you can always look for a buy, right? So when VIX breaks 15, look for upside and look to short the market, right? UVXY. This is the 3x leverage ETF, but it's a nice chart because, as you can see, this guy didn't make a 3-wave yet, while VIX did, right? So this is actually interesting because then this thing could be the spike, and then you get this 3-wave. 1, 2, 3. So when UVXY breaks 46, look for downside in the market. Okay. IWM, very, very easy. That's why I posted this buy right there. I posted this right after Black Friday. I'm like, this is bullish for sure. IWM is going to lead. And just at 147, I called it in the chat. And then boom, what do we get? Explosion. Because again, even though we're coming down, a spike, always, what follows after a spike? A correction. Okay, always. 1, 2, 3, and then you can say, okay, yes, we're going to tank. But a retest of 158 is highly likely. All right. All right, SMH. So semiconductors, very easy. We get the 3 spike, 1, 2, 3, upside. Very, very easy. I called it right there. Right, when we bounced, when we had this day where we tanked and then reversed in the morning, that's when I called it. And I even called the AMD long at 18, which we're in, right? So yeah. All right, NVIDIA for Sanshoen. So NVIDIA is just, one of the cases of too big to fail, right? It's just crazy spike and then crazy downside. Now, the bigger picture, I don't know. I've never seen one of these things before. I don't think this is total downside, but if you ask me, if there's a time to long NVIDIA, it would be right now, right? not at 280. It would be right now, right? Anyway, but for traders, what you need to look at, and this is for Sanshoen. So this is for you, my boy. So this is just what I call an infinity. This is a spike, then you get the down move here, which is another spike, but this is the A wave, and then you get what we call an infinity B wave. It's just never ending, never ending, never ending, and then it comes lower here, and then it takes off, right? Okay, so spike, 1, 2, 3, spike. All right, so at any moment here, Nvidia is going to come back down, but this is why I told you, Sanchoan, you can buy Nvidia off of this trend line, because for scalps, because you're always going to make money. And yes, you're going to lose on one trade because it's going to come back down, but you know, this is part of the game. You scalp it a little bit, and on one trade you lose, but you hopefully made money on 5 trades, right? So this is the pattern that we're looking at. This is the pattern that I told you I would show you in the webinar, and this is it. This is it. So very nice. AMD, very, very clean. Very easy, dude. Like this is like ABC wave theory. You get a huge down move, which we call that 33, right? Because you get spike, you get what? You get a 1, 2, 3, and then you come lower. All right? And then you do a 3 wave for it to come back down. I think this has one more down. I think it can reach 11. And at 11, we're gonna see massive sideways for a year or two, and then take off. This is very, very similar to Nvidia in 2008 if you look at it. And one day I'm gonna make a special video to show you guys this thing. It's gonna be a small one, but I can't do it right now. It would be taking 10 minutes for nothing, right? I'm just doing all the tickers really fast for you guys, okay? But I'll definitely make a video on the comparison of AMD and Nvidia one day to show you guys the things. All right, MU, same thing. Very, very simple. Again, the classic 1, 2, 3. Then we can look for downside. All right. Intel, very, very pretty. Okay, this is just stupidly easy, right? 1, 2, 3, take off. Right? This is super easy, right? We called the short at 52 last year for a retest of this low. We came super close, and now we get a spike, 1, 2, 3. Now we're calling the takeoff, right? Because we're taking off. You can start buying this like aggressively. I get some questions right now in the chat. Okay, thank you, Eric. Very appreciated. All right, QQQ, same thing. QQQ, I should have done this before, but very similar thing. Too many patterns here, but again, 1, 2, 3, right there. Look at it here, and then we may tank somewhere. All right. Netflix, very quickly. So Netflix, very quickly, we get massive spike. After a spike, what do you get? A 3 wave. 1, 2, 3. All right, and now you can buy for the next spike, right? Now it's time to buy Netflix. And how do you do it? Well, I can't discuss. Basically, go for super long-term call spreads, 400, 450s for 2020 if you want. All right. But this is just for you guys. Again, this is similar to AMD at the top, right? If you go back to the chart, spike, I'm going to do it in purple so you remember. To understand the reversal patterns, you get a spike after a huge move, you get a spike in the opposite direction, and then you get a correction. 1, 2, 3, break this high. Then what do you get after this? At least a retest of this low. At least a retest of this low with a down move. And Senshoen remembers this, right? When we turned a contract at 414, he took the 400 piece and the next day it tanked, and from 20 cents, I think, it went to $5. Yeah, that trade was insane. And then we even took some puts for ER. Well, I did, and this thing really tanked. Then afterwards, it was kind of tough. I'm not gonna go into the details of what happened here. Even for me, it was kind of tough, but yeah, we had some other stuff that we were looking at here, and we actually called the pump to the upside on earnings. So we knew this would go up on earnings, and then we called the gap and crap after earnings, and we rode that short all the way to 280. Right? I'll show you this another day. But yeah, now this is very much looking like 1, 2, 3 for upside. Okay. 1, 2, 3 for massive upside. And this is another thing for you guys. So this is just what I've learned from the market on reversal patterns. Here, you're looking for upside in this $280, $260 range, right? Now, how is it going to come? Well, here's the way it did here, right? I was trying to buy this right here, if you remember, right? But I was unsuccessful. Okay, and then we tanked, and here what happened is that we gapped down and then we reversed. You can see this. It was a huge gap down, and then we reversed. Okay, and we started correcting. So that's a reversal pattern that we just identified, right? Spike and then sideways for the next upside. And for sure, this we called out. We called this long at 260. I'm in the 300 Cs for December, and these are just printing. And now for sure more upside. If S&P has more upside, then more upside on this. And here are the targets that we're looking for, right? 314, 333, 354. And this is based on the fact that if you pull some fibs, the chart is kind of getting messy, but if you pull some fibs from this top and from this top, then boom, you get what we call Fibonacci confluences, where you can see the 382, the 50% are all converging here. The 50% and the 618 are converging here. 618 and 786 from different highs are converging here. So these are the levels that you should be looking for. Okay? So this is it, guys. So either this takes off, or this is just a 3-wave for downside, some more downside, right? So you can clearly see this right here, right? This pattern. One, two, three, and then downside. Sorry, but we'll see what happens here. If we get a rejection, we'll if we are going to take off for the big pattern on the daily, we will get a correction here. Okay, and then we're gonna take off. But if we tank here, then we're looking for, a big spike down and then sideways up for more downside. But definitely here we'll be looking to take some puts to prepare ourselves in case this is going to tank, right? All right, that was a very, very long analysis of Netflix, but I hope you liked it. All right, next one, Apple. Apple is classic wave analysis. Like, this doesn't get, this is just perfect. Here, you can see this is again a 3-wave. Whoops. Break the low, get the next spike to break this high. We did break it. Then what do we get? We get a spike in the opposite direction, right? When S&P was bearish. So now what do you get? What do you get after a spike in the opposite direction? You get a correction. Exactly. So this is, and I see, I've been receiving messages and working with some of my clients. They all tell me about FOMO and all that stuff. Well, this doesn't make sense because, wave theory just tells you, hey, if you see this as a spike, okay, then wait for a correction, wait for a pattern before taking the next trade. If you don't see anything, wait for a pattern. And the more you get used to it, because it is a very long process, the more you get used to it, in the long run, you're going to be able to just, it's going to click, you're going to see it. And then boom. What did I tell Richard here? I'm like, yo, I'm not going to say it because this video can be watched by a lot of people, and yeah, I don't want to expose this thing too much, but yeah, man. You as soon as you see this, this sideways is never a pattern for a spike up. It's never a pattern for a spike up. This is always sideways for a massive spike down, right? Target was 190. This short was difficult because look at these spikes. Like, this is clearly this short is very difficult. And you had to hold through ER as well. So good luck. But you know, the pattern still stood, right? Regardless if you made money or not. This is a case where, the the chart is telling you that we're gonna have a down move, but trading it might not be that easy, right? And it's fine. Okay, but now we've gone down a lot and we're spiking from the bottom. And as soon as you get this spike, then for sure we're getting another up move, right? Pull down your fibs to see where we can go, and then boom, we can go all the way here to the 618, and then we can take off for one more, right? Have this be a correction. As soon as you break this, get into some some upside trades on Apple, and you can go for a 1, 2, 3. Okay, some up move. I'm not sure if it's going to go all the way here, but hopefully it is if you're long, right? All right, next one, MSFT. Same thing here. This is a case of where it just keeps on it's just a big running flat. You get the spike down here, spike to the downside, and then you get this very sideways up move for another dump. Okay, but this dump is just to complete a bigger pattern right here. Bigger pattern for huge upside. Okay, so again, and here's the thing, it could totally take off, or this down move actually lengthens and Microsoft actually ends right here. Microsoft actually ends right here and then comes all the way back down for one more down before the takeoff. But this is gonna take off. It's just where it's gonna take off, and for sure right now I'm not able to tell you. Okay. All right, Amazon, the most important one. So Amazon is very, I mean, it's been really easy, this thing. But my trades have not been really good on this guy. I was in puts right here. I don't know why. I wanted the like a bigger pull down. It was a scalp, and then it went back up. I left it because I was like, okay, well we might go down, but then no. And then I never took it off. And then I don't know why, but I never got into the calls on the Powell speech, which I was in calls for Netflix and Google, but not on this guy. Like, doesn't make any sense, right? But it happens. It happens. So this, again, like you've seen all my charts, 1, 2, 3 for downside. If this is going to be the downside move, then you at least need a correction 1, 2, 3 before we go for the next down move, right? So I hope it becomes clear in your mind, guys. After a spike and a spike in the opposite direction, what you're looking for, sideways 3-wave for the next down move. Or if this is over, okay, if this is over and this is just one big correction, then yes, we can take off here. Like I said, there's 2 ways of seeing this. So again, we need to just watch what happens here around this place, because if here we see a big down move, then for sure we're going to chase the downside because the downside is massive, right? The downside is massive, but here we need to watch. Okay, and again, you see the pattern that I just noted on Netflix. Huge gap down, break the low, still comes back up in a spike and gives you a sideways. This is where you should buy. Okay, and I was in the long here in some weeklies. I made some small money, but yeah, should have definitely taken some next week's 1700s. I don't know what happened there, but that should have been the play. All right, the one that I'm most proud about, Google. So Google has been just cash machine for me this year because this is just too simple. Very, very simple. You can see a very big 1, 2, 3. Break the low. You look for the next spike, which is going to break this high, which it did on the bigger time frame. And yeah, we made some money on this move. We made some money on this move. We made some money on this move. I mean, and then here we get a spike down. 1, 2. We bought some call spreads with Neil here. We rode it all the way here. Here I called a Google crash because what do we get here? Come on, guys. You've seen this way too much, right? 1, 2, 3. We break this low. We don't break this high because we broke this low on the second wave down. So this is called what? This is called a running flat, right? Yeah, it's running flat. So you get a spike, 1, 2, 3. You come here, which was our target, and then we took some puts here, and yeah, this was easy money. This was easy money, but NQ wasn't, and this was very weird because I remember this move. Like, this is when Google was going down and Amazon was still going up. Like, it just didn't make any sense. And yeah, we did get the crash on Google. My target was 1080, and if you told me to short right there, I would have been no way, because this is like not really the best setup for a short, but you know, it happens. You miss some, you get some, but definitely here. And here's something that I don't understand people saying, right? You get a big down move, right? Again, what do you get after a big down move for more downside? A 3-wave correction, guys. It's always the same thing. It's always the same thing. You get a spike back up. You get a spike back up. This is telling you stuff. And what did I say in chat? What did I say in chat? I'm not buying anything until Google retests 1030. 1030. Okay? Until it breaks this, I'm not buying anything. I didn't buy anything because Google needs to come back down here, and then as soon as it breaks 1030, then yes, we can go back up for the 3-wave. Okay, we can go back up here for the 3-wave, and then we tank. All right, so that's it. And again, here's another thing that I can show you guys is that, hey Dragos, can I buy in here? Yes, you can. Yes, you can, but you have to be careful here, because here, if you're a buyer here, you're looking for this. All right, you're looking for this. If you don't get this, then exit. Okay, if you don't get this and you're getting this instead, you're getting this, then exit, because then we're going for this to break 1030, and then we're going for the upside. All right. So I hope I taught you something, but this is just an inner pattern, right? This is a pattern inside of a 1 hour. But this is how you can, you know, if you should keep a trade or not, because if it goes more sideways, then just exit on a spike, right? Because it's never going to explode. All right. So yeah, this is just some quick lessons. Let's take the color. Whoops. That's the text box. Okay. So let's change the color. So again, and here I see some people were buying here. They were buying in here, and then they exited they were long here, and they exited the trade. This just doesn't make any sense to me because yeah, this is just a clear misunderstanding of the charts, right? Because you see so many people are fearful at this point where it doesn't make sense to be fearful, right? It doesn't. You have to trust the charts. You have to trust your patterns, man. After a huge spike down, you always get a three wave, man. Always, always, always. Before the next spike down. Now, can you be fearful of Google at this level? Yes. Yes, you should be trimming here. You should be trimming. All right? You should be trimming. So I hope it's clear. All right, Facebook. Wait, so I didn't say what I was thinking about Google. So okay, Google break of this level 1110, which was my target, and then just trim, get out of 3/4 of your contract and just hold the rest if you want, but get out because at this point we get $70 move up. We're happy with the profits, so just enjoy your profits and look for the next trade. Because at this point, again, if we are going to take off on Google and this is just a big correction, what are we going to get, guys? What are we going to get? If this is the start of a big move up to the upside to like 1300 and Google becomes the next trillion-dollar company, we're getting a sideways correction before the next upside, right? Always, always, always. So just exit your contracts if you have calls. For sure. Look to repivot on the sideways. Alright? Alright, Facebook, guys. So Facebook is something that I want to teach you guys. I've made some mistakes in here. Definitely not happy about my trades, but I hope this can teach you something. So we get a spike down from ER. Then we get a spike in the opposite direction. And then we get this move down that is never ending, which we call again the infinity B wave. Right? This is just a B wave to the downside, and we're still looking for this spike up, right? We're still looking for this spike up. And now I see what you're thinking. Yes, we're looking for it here. We're looking for it here. We're looking for it here. It never happened. All right, the B wave just got more complex, but we never got this move up. So there's two ways of there's two ways of dealing with this. All right, just don't trade it because I don't know, like you can try to trade it and you're gonna lose money and it's fine. But so first of all, don't trade it or trade spreads. Call spreads is the best when you get this this move up. Just reduce your cost basis and pray for this to be the one. Right? Pray for this to be the one. Okay? But we're still looking for this move to 165, 170, and then we're going to short because then this could be a 1, 2, 3 for total downside. All right? But for sure we're going to get the up move. Okay? And you might say, "Oh, well, Dragos, isn't this the down move?" Yes, but this down move feels too corrective. Like this is not impulsive. This was impulsive, but this is not impulsive. This is just a correction, all right, within the bigger correction. All right, so you get 1, 2, 3, and then tank. All right. Now, can it still go lower and the B wave extends? Right? Can you do this? Can you do this? Yes, you can. Again, the B wave might become super complex, right? Let me show you an example. Very famous example. Pound CAD. I mean, if you haven't seen this, then yeah, this is a classic example, right? Look at this one from 2010 to 2013, right? You think the correction is over after this guy 1, 2, 3 and then take off, but no. The thing takes 3 years to complete. 3 years. All right. So that's just a very clear example of when the structure might get insanely complicated. All right. So, okay. So those are all the tech stocks. And yeah. So here's the question. What number are you looking to break above Facebook? So very important. I think this level is 156, but 165, 160 and uh 160, 165 should be the a move up, and then we can short this to hell, right? But this, because we're still gonna get the spike up. We haven't gotten a matching move for this guy. Okay, we haven't gotten the matching move, so I'm still waiting for that one. All right, so yeah, keep the question coming, and I'll try to do my best to answer. Alibaba, it's just very nice chart. This guy is just, you know, again, the waves are very nice here. 1, 2, 3, and then again, I can show you a screenshot on my other computer. We had a short right there, right? And just to go back to the other pattern that you just saw on Facebook, similar to Facebook is Baba, right? This thing. If you're on if you're on the 1 hour chart and you're trying to trade this, okay, let me try to find it because it's actually very interesting. I want to show you guys something. Yes, okay. So again, you can see this pattern very similar to Facebook. We get the spike up, then we get the very non-ending correction. So the way to trade this, if you're still looking for this up move, is to just buy some call spreads, right? Because it just keeps on making lower lows, and then at one point it's gonna spike. But this spike, you might not know when it's gonna come. So reduce your risk in this time. When you see this low volume down move, then yes, you can go for call spreads for this move. All right. Because here's the thing, guys. Okay, I don't think I've made myself clear here, but here we get a 1, 2, 3, and after a 1, 2, 3, you have 86% chance of breaking this low. 86% chance of breaking this low. But we came right here, and then we had this spike up. All right, as soon as you get this spike up, this is a correction inside. So you have to be cognizant that this may do this, and then tank, which it did. The upside was not the best, but still, this is what your forecast should be. This is what our forecast was, and we came close to it, right? Where this is much cleaner is again. And again, I'm taking more time today just to show you guys the patterns and how they work. But Intel is just a very clean example of it, right? Did you already go over SPX? Yes, I did. I'll post the recording and you'll be able to see, right? But as you can see here, Intel is just a clean example. 1, 2, 3, and then you get the next spike down to break this low, right? So yeah. All right, I keep pressing on this stupid button instead of delete. Okay, let's go back. I'll do the other Chinese stocks really quickly because that's not of interest. So Baidu cash machine this year. Very good trades on this guy. It's just been, Baidu has been super nice to me. We called this upside on ER. We called this downside, and then we got this 3-wave that we called. Eric remembers this one. This is clean, right? Spike 1, 2, 3. Then looking for the next spike. 86% chance of breaking this. You were leveraged with 250Ps. They went from $2.50 to 20, 25, 27, I think. Yeah. The only problem again is that you had to go through ER, and again, I understand ER is definitely tough. But yeah, spike, and then what do you get again? 1, 2, 3. Looking for the next down move. Did we call this? Yes. Okay. Then we had some losers in here because we tried to buy, but I mean, yeah, this is just when you you have to be more patient. This is one of the things that I've learned with charts, is that sometimes you just have to leave some time to charts for them to build something, right? Because the upside is not gonna explode. So why don't you wait for, like, I don't know, man, like this thing at least spike, then sideways, because then yes, you have something to base yourself off of, right? So this is one thing that I've learned this year. Just give the chart some time, because there's no point. The chart is gonna be here, right? So again, guys, simple. We get a spike up, we get a spike down. What are we looking for? Another move up here, and then we may go a little bit lower. But at this point, Baidu has gone down so much that we can get this deep correction to 220 before, if we look on the weekly chart, I think you can definitely see this three wave, right? This is very nice. 1, 2, 3. 111 before the huge takeoff, right? So you definitely want to look for Baidu at 111, because this is going to be huge move. Okay. So talking about infinity B waves, I think the Chinese stocks are pretty much the best examples of this, and I've actually fallen prey to this, because look, this thing, you get this spike, and you're looking for that right here, right? You're looking for that right here. And I'm still looking for it right here. But I have to live with the fact that this might dip again before and break the low slightly before I get this move, right? So this is just a very difficult pattern to trade. And I've learned this year. Be careful of these patterns, man, because they're not good to trade with options. They're just really bad. And you're not even making money with puts, because you have to be able to time the high. All right? So this is just all around a very difficult trade. Okay? IQ, same thing. I've lost money on this because, again, right, we get this is just never ending, and we're still looking for this. 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 But when is it going to come? I don't know. I don't know. But I know it's going to come. But where? I don't know. This is getting tough. But you can see that IQ is now basing and just go for stupidly OTMs with a lot of time. Huya, same thing, right? You get a huge spike down. You get a spike in the opposite direction. Doesn't matter. We're still coming back down. We came here. What did I call in the chat? I'm like, guys, it's going to come here for a three wave, and then it's going to come back down before the upside, right? Did it happen? No. The B wave got super extended, as you can see. Okay? The wave got super extended, and again, same thing as IQ. I was calling it here, calling it here, calling it here, calling it here again. But can it still dip some more before the upside? Yes. But the upside is going to come. So be ready. All right, quickly through all the other Chinese stocks. Bizun, upside. Nice correction right there for a leg up. Momo has ER, so this is going to be a little bit special in 3 days. So definitely, if it chills right here, this is the ER call. If it chills right here, buy some calls, because we're likely to retest this, and then it's going to be a famous gap and crap, right? Okay. I still think we can retest this low before another up leg, right? So you get the massive spike, and then what do you get? You get a sideways correction. Whoa. Oops. Wait, what? I don't know what's happening to the charts. Let me just try to fix it. Okay, nice. 1, 2, 3, and then upside. Okay. So if it chills right here, buy some calls for ER if you want to gamble. Breaks this high, three wave, look for the short, right? It's called a gap and crap. HY 111. Why? Wait, what is HY? Oh, Baidu? Oh, it's just because what I'm looking at. So it's just, it would be nice. And if you see this, then this is similar. Look at this right now. Take a mental screenshot of this, right? Now look at HSI. Look at HSI, right? What do you have on HSI? What is this? This is just a 30-year spike, and then you get a huge 1, 2, 3. Now, if we do get this move on HSI, I don't know how this is going to happen, but I'm just saying, if we do get this tank on the Chinese index, then for sure Baidu is coming back to 111, all right? So just look at this pattern, and now look at Baidu. Aren't they similar? Pretty much, right? Pretty much. Okay. All right. I hope that answers your question. PDD, very, very interesting. I think that's the best one you want to put your money in. I'm pretty sure, because this thing has massive spikeability. But again, where should I get in, Dragos? Of course, wait for the classic three-wave. 1, 2, 3. Then upside. Spike. 1, 2, 3. Upside. Now again, if it breaks, this is a lesson for you. If it breaks, guys, do you panic? Do you FOMO? No. You don't FOMO. If it breaks this high, you don't start buying here because you're getting trapped. If we break the high here, you wait for a pullback and then you take the buy. Okay? This is where FOMO kicks in, because here you're as a wave practitioners, you're expecting this wave down before the upside. All right? So you just be patient. All right? Billy, forget, because I see a lot of people calling this in the chat, but it's honestly a very difficult trade, because you don't know if this is just a correction for downside or if this is the start of an up move. So I would just forget. Neo is interesting, but again, I would wait for a sideways here. And as you can see, it tried to go for the huge push right here, but it got immediately rejected. All right, so as soon as you see this, then what comes into your mind? Correction. All right, at least some sideways before the next up move. Up can't explode. You get the down move. So what do you get? You get 1, 2. You get some sideways, right? You get some sideways, and then you can take it back at $7. Okay. All right. So I hope that's clear. Weibo, start buying this because this is cheap now, right? We're coming from here. Very similar, the B wave that just never ends. This is very frustrating for longs because you might look for the upside here, but just this is a classic example of being patient with charts. All right. Nice bear flag here, by the way. A nice three-wave in here if you can find it, right? 1, 2, 3 for downside. So I would be looking for more upside here, I think, here, and then maybe we get some more downside, but we'll see. JD, also cheap. You can definitely start buying this. Is there more downside? Yeah, maybe, but yeah. Baidu at 111 without connecting a second candle. I'm not sure what you're saying here. I mean, I'm not really looking at 111 for Baidu. It's just like I'm looking at this pattern. That's all I'm saying, dude. That's all I'm saying. I'm looking for something like this. Okay. Like, I'm not talking about candles here. I'm just looking for this pattern. Okay. So yeah. It doesn't have to come to 111, but if it does, then that's going to be really good. All right. Okay, BKNG cash cow. Amazing, amazing, amazing how it follows wave theory to a T. So what do you get, guys? You have a spike here and a huge up move here, but we still have to come to well, actually no, never mind. I need to review this chart, but definitely because we were bearish on S&P, then BKNG had to come lower, okay? And here the thing with BKNG, look at this. Breaks the high, what are you looking for? Short. 1, 2, 3, breaks the high, what are you looking for? Let me go on the smaller time frame. What are you looking for? Short. 1, 2, 3, what it breaks this high, what are you looking for? A short. Now, okay, now let me ask you a question. 1, 2, 3, what are you looking for? A short. Yeah, it's very simple. Okay? It keeps on doing these three waves, short it every time it comes and retests the previous highs. All right? Very simple. Let's go. CMG. CMG, very, very nice. We called this gap and crap. I still remember because this is just a nice wave pattern. 1, 2, 3. Then upside. And then here we even were like Neil and I were looking to sell some calls. I told Sanchoan to get a put spread right here. And yeah, the rest was history. But again, like I said, right now, what am I feeling about CMG? Big sideways. All right, so here we might do this, up, down, and then take off, right? But in a way, this is not going up a lot. This is not going down a lot. It's just a big sideways, okay? So yeah, Tesla. Tesla is very, very nice. The thing about Tesla is that here we do have a 1, 2, 3, and here it got kind of complex because here we went up, okay, and then we came back down. I was looking for the break of this low, and if I had the break of this low, then yes, I would have been the biggest bull ever on Tesla, right? I would have been like, guys, we're going to 420, no questions asked. We never broke the low. Some weird stuff happened here, which is very, very tough to trade, to be really honest with you. But so now we have a lot of ways in which Tesla can go. I think I'm looking for more upside, but here's a way it can develop. Is this actually reminds me of CMG at the not CMG, Baidu at the top. Very similar patterns. 1, 2, 3. Then you get the 1, 2, 3 where you break the high right here, and then you come all the way back down. And this is called a WXY, where you have the X pattern is just a 1, 2, 3 inside, right? Okay. So this might happen on Tesla, and if it does, then yes, for sure. Here I would be the biggest bull ever on Tesla, right? Okay. But for now, like I told you guys, just forget Tesla. Just forget it. Even though it's spiking up like a lot, this is still very difficult because what do you get? You get spike down, spike back up. 1, 2, 3. Get another spike up. Then can you go down? Yes, you can go all the way back down before you get the next up move. And etc., right? But again, look for the 3 wave where you break the low. Okay? All right. Just big sideways on Tesla. So don't rush. All right, let's do banks very quickly. So BAC channeling. It's very simple. You get a spike, you get a sideways correction, you're going higher. All right. WFC. Nothing to add there. WFC is kind of special, though. This is the bank that is special. So Sanchoan can tell you I was calling the short right there, and I lost some money. because it went back all the way up and then tanked. It's just part of trading, guys. You're gonna miss. You're gonna get squeezed out, and then it's gonna tank. Sometimes it just does that. But now, and here's another thing. We came all the way back down here, and some people are still calling the short. No, because we spiked back up, and we're pulling a sideways. After a sideways, look for the upside, and then look for the tank. Okay. Retest of 60 maybe on WFC, and then boom. Look at the weekly. This is disgusting. If you look on the weekly, this is the pattern that I'm looking at, right? This is the pattern. One. Come on, dude. I need to fix this. If this is the pattern that we get on WFC, this is a lot of money to the downside. All right. So WFC has a move to 30. Might be shocking, but it has. It does. All right. If we look at this from 2008, and this is shocking. If I'm saying that from 2008, this whole move from 2009 to 2018 was just a big B wave correction, then we're tanking. All right, but this is crazy. This is a crazy call. Because yeah, the thing is that the price is going up, right? The price is going up a lot, but I'm saying this is a correction, right? Anyway, this is how I view it. All right, JPM. JPM is just in a sideways. So like you can see, I'm just looking for, oops, I think I moved something here, but no. So here I was looking for a 3-wave for a short. It just fell through it. I never got the perfect entry. This was a very, very nice thing we called with Richard. We didn't trade it perfectly, but we called this up move. And here we didn't get the down move. Banks were sort of difficult to trade. But now definitely you can see some more upside on JPM. I don't know where, but then you're going to come back down. So yeah, just heavy sideways on JPM. Just big sideways. All right. Very quickly, Deutsche Bank. Deutsche Bank has a potential to go back to 20. I don't know how, nor what news is going to happen, but it has this potential. What do you need to wait for? Break of this. All right. Break this, give me a sideways, and then I'll take the trade. All right, I'll chase it. Okay. So that's very, very simple. Let's do Citigroup. So Citi is potentially a 3-wave for massive upside. 1, 2, 3 for massive upside. So you definitely want to be looking at that. Can you buy here? I would wait. 1 hour. If it just pulls me a sideways, right, like this, more sideways, I would be more confident, right? Pull down your fibs. You can always buy at some fib levels. So you have the 618 to 50% right there. So at 63.50, 63 should be a good buying place with a stop right below, right? Disney is a bit tough, so you have to be careful on this one. I know a lot of people are long Disney, but I would be careful here because this thing could be in a big, big sideways. I think I saw a 3-wave. Yeah, this 3-waves is just beautiful. 1, 2, 3 for the next upside. Now, are we getting the upside right now? No, maybe not. Like you can already see I have my lines drawn like this because I'm expecting huge sideways on Disney for a long time because yeah, I don't think this is going totally up. And if it just goes sideways like this, get out of the long because then we're looking to a retest of 100. Okay, this doesn't feel like it's completed. This doesn't feel like anything. All right, so I'm just expecting more sideways here. Yeah. But we'll see. Maybe I'm wrong. I just don't think this is going up completely. Okay, let's do QCOM. QCOM, heavy sideways. So we got the down move, we get a 1, 2, 3, we get the spike, we still come back down, and then we're right there. So what do you need to look out for? Upside. We're in this range, we're at the we're close to the bottom of the range, so look for buys. Right? Pull down your trend line. You're correcting, and when it comes close to the trend line, buy. Okay? But this is not the best setup, so I would just avoid. Oracle, this might be a very, very big short. So we have a spike, we come back up, we make a 1, 2, 3. We may go back for one more, but then we get this move. All right. So for the ER that's coming up, be ready because this thing might just tank. All right. This is not upside. This is for sure going to retest 42. Okay. And if you look at the monthly, this is not looking good for Oracle because this down move needs to get corrected. So yes, I am saying that this could happen, right? So Oracle from 52 can come all the way back to 12. This is a possibility. Okay, IBM. IBM huge short that we called this year. It happened, but was it easy? No. It was it's not easy at all. But after a huge move up, what do you guys get? I mean, at this point, you're pretty much getting used to it. You get a 1, 2, 3, right, before the next upside. Okay, so yeah. Now, what happens if IBM ends here? Because it is looking like the short is done, right? But this is just going to extend the pattern some more. I don't think the short is over. I don't think the weekly short is over on IBM. But if this totally goes back up, then this is just forming this pattern, right? So then this is just forming this pattern. 1, 2, 3, 4 downside. Okay. So relook at the short here and take it again. All right. All right. Now I'm going to cover my favorite stocks. I have some questions. Do McDonald's. Okay, I'm going to do McDonald's. But this is my favorite ticker by far. It's Caterpillar. Because this is just super beautiful, man. Everything just plays out perfectly. You get like the fractals. Just a fractal is basically something that matches a down move, right? So we get a down move here. You get this 3 wave inside, which which is a correction for this wave, okay, and then which is a correction for this wave. Which by the way, we were long here. We were long with Neil and crew, and which is a correction for this wave. And then is the pattern completed? Yes, you can already see I'm looking for heavy upside on Caterpillar. But obviously my favorite one is John Deere, right? John Deere is my favorite one. I keep on taking longs, and like I said, this is called we called the fallen angel play. Okay. That was the only good play on Black Friday, I think, because it had ER. I'll do a video on what the fallen angel strategy is. It's an ER strategy whereby the stock falls within the expected range, but if you look at the pattern, we're at a point where if it drops on ER and falls within the expected range, you're looking for this spike. So as you see, we call this, and then here exactly the same thing, right? Big 1, 2, 3. What are you looking at? We're looking for a move up. Spike, 1, 2, 3, looking for the next spike. Right? Very easy. ER falls within the expected range, buy. But I'll do a video explaining this with more examples, but this is just perfect, man. Like, it was called in the chat, and this is by far my favorite ticker right now. I don't know why. I love trucks. HD. Again, this we missed the low by not that much, but this is just a pattern. This upside was called by Neil. This downside, I forgot about it. I had some exams, but now this could be a massive pattern for heavy upside, right? Okay, so watch for that. Is McDonald close? I'll do McDonald's right now for Neil. So McDonald's could McDonald's is a little bit tough because again, this guy spiked down, right? This guy has a spike down here, and this for me feels just like a correction. It doesn't feel like any spike of any sorts, but and we are short from here, and we came all the way back up, but this is not nothing to be scared of, because we can still easily come back down. But how do you know if this is over? Here's this is the thing. That's the complicated stuff. You never know when this thing is over. Will it end at 196 before the downside? Who knows? But the question is it a good thing to be short McDonald's right here? Yes, because you are looking for this move. Okay, it didn't happen, and sometimes that's going to be the case. So either in this case, take your loss, which we're probably going to have to do, or be patient. But be patient for a huge spike down. All right, wait for a move to 180 and a sideways for downside. Okay. Wait for more confirmation. But this was for sure a good short. It just didn't pan out, and this is one of the rare, well, not the rare cases, but one of the few cases in which, yes, everything is playing out perfectly, but you just have to take the L, dude. Sometimes that happens. So yeah. All right, we'll do TXN really quickly. TXN upside for sure. Texas Instruments, more upside. This is for sure sideways for upside. So keep on buying this. AT&T monthly. It's going to go back up, so look for buys. This is on the weekly. This is just a sideways. When you see this is just upside, right? So look out for upside. And is it ready? Yes. You always want to break it. As you can see, T breaks the low, AT&T buy. Breaks the previous low, buy. Breaks the previous low, buy. Okay? And just play the channel at worst. All right? FedEx is just in this range, and you can see that we're pulling some sideways. The sideways game is too strong, so we're looking for a spike, right? Doesn't matter if you're looking at this as an ABC. It really doesn't matter. And honestly, I pretty much don't think it's an ABC. I think the correction is much bigger, but doesn't matter. Just here, you're looking at a buy pattern. Take the buy. J&J went back up. Market's pretty bullish, so this was a nice spike, but after the spike, we never got a sideways. We actually got a spike back up, so we're gonna have to wait on this one, but definitely this is one of the best short candidates, because I'm still missing this move, dude. So if I'm missing this move, then this is just gonna have to come back down at one point before the next up move, right? Similar to what S&P did this year. But I guess this is lagging. All right. Oh, sorry. So yeah. Look out for this guy and then the downside. But we're not going to get it now. We're going to have to wait. PFE buy. No questions asked. It's just This is a wait, guys. This is a 2-year correction sideways. As soon as you get a 2-year correction, this has a lot of entropy for it to explode. So buy. Merc, buy. I'm telling you, PFE, Merc, close your eyes and press the call button. Press the buy button. These guys are just insanely strong, right? Buy. UNH, stay away because this keeps on spiking. But again, similar to JNJ, looking for a similar down move at any point here. When, I don't know, but this is getting complicated. I'll just delete that because this is not important. But definitely UNH and JNJ have a bigger down move coming. So you definitely want to look out for these ones. CVS, similar to Merck and PFE. So this is actually my favorite healthcare stock for 2018 because we came really down. And this is just a sideways. So this is going to explode, right? Doesn't matter what this is, a WXY or whatever, this is just going to take off, right? This is never a pattern for downside. This is just upside. Gilead, nice call by Sanchoan. Friday, gotta give my boy some props. Here is one of the instances where, you know, you're looking for a pattern and it just doesn't complete. Here it was a good buy, but we came all the way back down, and at least you get the break even. It's fine. You know, breaking even in this case is perfectly fine, dude. It's all about managing your positions and all that stuff, right? So, but do we still get a buy? Yes, because we're in this big sideways. Again, like I said, we come back down. We have a huge down move. What do you get? You get, again, the 1, 2, 3. If we are to go back down. But we could also take off, right? So you're looking at two things. Is this a buy? Yes, for sure. Okay. So definitely be buying some Gilead. XOM, I think oil is going back up, so definitely look for a buy. You can see that this is just a 1, 2, 3 sideways. I think oil is going back up, so you definitely want to be looking for buys on this guy. BA, hashtag aero defense is going to be really strong in a market correction. Joke's on you, dude. BA came all the way back to 300. You know, this is also has been a very difficult one to trade, but nonetheless, the moves were pretty nice. We get a spike, 1, 2, 3, another spike to correct this move. Now we need a spike down to complete this move, which we did get here. We get a spike in the opposite direction, and we get this, and this move was not that aggressive. Then we were calling the downside in the chat because at least we can see a retest of this. Now, did we think it would come all the way back here? No. This was a total surprise because I was looking at this and I was like, guys, this is over. We're totally taking off, right? We're totally taking off, but I was wrong. We came all the way back down, and yeah, it doesn't matter. It's just a different pattern. But this is something that I'll have to work on, is just identifying what this is, because I'm still not sure what this is, but I'm sure I'll figure it out. But still, buy. Okay. All right, RTN real quick, called the March calls. So if you're in those, yes. And by the way, this pattern on RTN is how we timed the short on BA, right? So BA did come down, but then, you know, RTN came all the way back up here. This is just BS, but it happens. And then gave us the down move. So this is when charts kind of get messy, and, you know, because you're nailing the pattern, but the chart doesn't want you to make money, right? Huge spike down, you're keeping the trade. Nope. Goes all the way back up, takes you out, and then tanks, right? Sometimes it does this, dude. Sometimes it does this. All right. But yeah, so we got the we got the pattern completed. So this is A123. So this could totally take off. If Richard is right about the fundamentals of RTN being super good, then look for this, right? LMT, very easy three-wave. Short was called by Eric here. So definitely a nice job. And yeah, we broke the low, so start buying for the move to 400. NOC, nice running flat right here, which was another key component to understanding when the short on BA might happen. And yeah, the short on BA just kind of got messy because yeah, we BA ran so much more higher, but yeah, it's just, and it came back down. It was kind of tough, but anyway. Procter and Gamble, similar business model as McDonald's. It's consumer staples, so they pretty much move in the same vein. As you can see, PJ has been spiking, so you expect McDonald's to spike as well. And yeah, but this still has a move to the downside. It's just how we're gonna get there. I'm still looking for a retest of this low. I don't think that's the pattern. I don't think that's the pattern. It may be, but I doubt it. I think consumer staples can come back down. Okay, so you definitely want to be looking for shorts on PJ at this point. Walmart. Forget. This is too difficult. This is in the middle of nowhere. Could come down, but the way it doesn't give you it's not giving you any trade setups here. Could still come all the way back down to 80, but for now, nothing. All right, target. Target is in this huge sideways. So you can look for a move to retest this low and then the upside. All right. So yep, look for this trade. Similar to Costco. Costco had this huge down move, and then it's still in this sideways correction for more downside. I think this is not over. We may get a retest of this high, but then it's gonna come back down. Right? 1, 2, 3, and an upside. Right? Okay. A little bit of cloud stocks. I think now is really good here. Think we can see some more upside. Adobe as well. Adobe, we were looking for the short right here. I was hoping it would come all the way to 259 before the short. It never got there, but yeah. Now this is a buy for sure. You get this, okay? It's kind of hindsight, but everything just spiked like after Black Friday. So it's kind of over for me to say, yo, this is gonna go all the way back up, right? But still, you're looking for upside, and when it comes and retests this, then be careful because we may be in a bigger sideways, right? Before another upside. Okay, so be careful. W day, very, very nice call by some of the members who took a long on this. So yeah, this is just gonna keep on spiking. I don't see a way to end this. This is in a massive spike. Reminds me of Starbucks after ER, right? Starbucks after ER, where you have this massive correction, and then an ER just, oops, come on, okay, and ER just totally explodes it to the upside. So similar to Workday, okay. CRM is a little bit tough. I don't know how I'm looking at these patterns, but I think this is like this, and then we're probably gonna go and retest the high, and then we have to be careful because we may even retest the low before upside for a three wave, but we'll have to see. Twitter, is on its own island. Definitely look for upside here. This, you can see that Twitter does this right here, right? Look at this. Look, this is very similar. Huge tank, up, up, very sideways moves, sideways moves, and then total takeoff. All right, so you're looking for the same thing, right? And then we may get a three wave here for another upside. But for now, definitely this is not downside. This is for sure upside. All right, guys. So you want to be looking for the upside here. Okay, no questions. Let's move on. American Eagle. So American Eagle is not the stock I would be looking for in outfitters. I think this is just forget it. I don't know why I have shop here. Anyway, shop could be in a completed correction for massive upside, so this might be over and then we're totally taking off. Otherwise, just look for a retest of this trend line and then short it again, right? Because we might be in this downtrend. Okay, let's do PayPal. This is pretty sexy. So nice three wave right there. Just wanted to point that out. And then here again, similar to many stocks like Amazon, look for this for downside and an upside, or we're totally taking off. But definitely look, as soon as you break 88, 89, look out, because get out of some of your calls. If you're long from right there, get out of some of your calls, because again, if we are to totally take off, we're at least going to get the sideways here before the takeoff, or we could reverse. All right. So lock in those profits. Spotify, I would avoid. I don't understand this. This is again part of a massive down move. Well, not massive down move. This is very corrective looking, but you don't have a long, you don't have a short here. So I would just avoid. Roku, very nice. You can see 1, 2, 3. So now what do you do on Roku? You buy. Okay, it's very simple. You buy Roku here. Square, this is an example of a gap and crap. It was called by Eric. So you get this three wave, and then on ER you tank, right? To break this low, 86% chance, right? For this spike, three wave spike. And then you get another spike up. What do you get after that? Sideways, and then you're looking for the next up move on the bigger time frame, right? So look out for that one. Okay. Lulu, upside, more upside. ER is coming up. This is just a must buy. ANF is probably the position that I'm down the most on, but I still feel like, sorry for burping. I still feel like this is going to be a massive up move, right? So be ready for that. I'm I probably you guys don't know, but I'm a very big bull on apparel. So really look for this move, guys, because it's gonna come. All right. I don't know when. I was long here. I thought I was a good trader, right? But then it came all the way back down, and finally it's spiking on ER. Sure, dude. Sure. UAA. So the two companies that I would be the most interested in the apparel sector, it's UAA and Lulu, because of their recent popularity. They're very popular, and they just gained immensely in popularity, and a lot of stars are wearing their clothes, their brand, and yeah, it's just the charts are looking much better than some of the other apparel stocks like URBN. Forget this This is too difficult because you know you're here. Yes, you could say that this is a massive correction, but how do you know if this is over? Like, this is risky. I wouldn't put money into this, and I might be wrong, but I wouldn't put my money into this. I would put my money into this, guess. So guess has this potential of spiking all the way back up here. Okay. If you look on the weekly, what do you have? Again, very, very, very simple. 1, 2, 3 after a spike, and then you're looking for the next spike, right? Very simple, guys. I think you're getting used to it. So, yep. Ralph Lauren, avoid. This is just one of the cases where it's like buying GS, all right? It's like buying GS. You buy it, and it just gives you another low. And yes, it might tank, but it might go reverse all the way to the upside. But just wait, man. Give this chart some time, because what it's going to do is just going to trickle to the downside, and you're going to be frustrated as the long. It's just a chart that has no momentum to it at this point. So just avoid. Goose is another one that I'd be willing to put my money on, because this is just 1, 2, 3 correction, perfect, and then you're getting the next spike. You can see there's even this beautiful correction right there. So again, it's ready for this massive up move. Nike, 3-wave, very simple. So you're looking for another down move, and then we're gonna see what we get here. But definitely for now, upside. Is it gonna end here? I don't know, but this could be a potential pattern for downside. Can it go all the way back up here? Yes. It's just gonna be a different pattern. All right. We're still gonna come back here, and then we're gonna take off. All right. So that's easy. Signa. Signa is just something that I was looking at. Nice U pattern. This is a potentially very, very nice play. All right. TPR. One of my friend works for that company. Go long. Take a. I mean, it's looking upside. It's looking upside. Tiffany is another company in apparel that I would not want to put my money on, because this is just clearly overextended. This has no more up move, because look, we spike like really a lot here, and then we come all the way back up. This is never gonna do this, right? Like, the chances of it doing this is very nil. So just forget it. Keep looking at Goose, UAA, Guess, and ANF, and Lulu. These are my favorite choices. Tilly's, just a small company. Just forget it. It's just had a nice ER, but then it's coming all the way back down. Cores, no momentum in the chart, similar to Ralph Lauren. Avoid, right? I was long right there in 2016. I thought I was being brilliant, but it came all the way back down. I didn't see this, and yeah, the charts, the products are nice, but the chart is not cooperating. So just leave it. Weed more downside, but in the shorter term picture, it's gonna come retest this, and then give us the downside, right? Tilray, similar thing. Tilray is gonna probably come all the way back up here. 162 we're looking at, maybe, or the 150s, low 150s or low 160s, and then the next down move. Okay, similar to Bitcoin, right? This is very similar to the way Bitcoin is gonna trade. Is trading. Sorry. ACB, very clean. Similar to weed, all of these have the same pattern, so it becomes easy. EXO, the one my dad and I are in. EXO, we're in from here. We're looking at this. 1, 2, 3. Downside. Okay. Cron. Cron is a little bit tough. I would avoid Cron. Fire for all my boys in Canada. Avoid. Let's do NBEV because I know some people are in NBEV, but I'm not looking at it anymore. NBEV could totally come back up. But it's still a penny stock, guys, so be careful on this guy. We could see a massive spike here. Nice spike, sideways, up, and then it's still gonna grind down. Okay. So that's it. I think we're done, right? No, we're not. Okay. Starbucks upside. I think this is one of the prettiest patterns I've ever seen. 1, 2, 3. And honestly, I had the buy right here. I didn't take some Januaries because I suck, but yeah, I don't know. This was very nice. Win. Hotels definitely looking strong. Neil has taken some shorts on it, but yeah, I would very much look for upside. I think he was looking for a scalp, but if it comes here, I'm buying this shit like nonstop. Whoops. Okay. Blackberry. Blackberry is gonna come all the way back down, so don't. We get a spike 1, 2, 3 coming all the way back down. Then we're gonna get some upside at $4 maybe. Duke. Duke is a very nice chart, and look at the fractals right there, guys. Just for your entertainment. This pattern, take a copy. Take a copy, shrink it. What do we get on the lower time frame? Hey, same thing, dog. Same thing. Right? Similar thing, and then we're taking off, right? But here's the thing. Do you really think you're going to make money off of utilities? No. You're never going to make it. So just forget it. Just tap yourself on the back if you're calling the DUK long, and you're right. But never take a long on this because it's going to take an eternity, right? DHR, call this with sip in, right? 1, 2, 3. This is total takeoff. So this was very easy. What else? Avgo. I'll do Avgo, iRobot, and that's it. Avgo in this big sideways. I would say forget it. ER is coming up in 4 days. We may get. I don't know, dude. We'll make some calls in the chat, but I would wait for the when it's in this big sideways. I would just wait for ER to come out. All right, iRobot. Okay, this chart doesn't make sense. I mean, you could get some upside, but I would wait a little bit. This is where the chart doesn't speak to me, so you just have to wait. I don't see any clear setups. WDC, very nice short. So this has a move to 28, and you can ask Sancho, and he's short from 84, and it's at 45. So really nice move. And Riot, well, we're not gonna do this. We're not gonna do this because we all know where crypto is, right? All right, guys. So